Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Brat Said That Year-End Awards for 2025. Now your host, Brat Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Brat Said That Year-End Awards. Happy New Year. 2026 is here, and what better time than to have the first ever Brat Said That Year-End Awards. Guys, ladies, it is time. I've been writing this list since Thanksgiving. I spread it out through all social media, to the Facebook, to the Instagram, to the Twitter, to the X, any way you can think of. And the results are in, and we are going to get into it right away. I hope everybody had a safe, joyful, and celebratory New Year's. My New Year's was great. Quiet. I'm not going on the strip. I'm not going down to Fremont Street. I'm hanging in the living room with my girls and the dogs. That is what I wanted to do, and I hope everybody had a great New Year's. 2026 is here. New microphone. I got a new light. I got a new, what do you call those things? Tripod. I got a new computer, guys. Yes. Santa Babe came through. Her family got me a new laptop for Christmas. I am so thankful for them. 2026 is here. I'm excited. Man, I want to get some people in the room first before we go over the awards, We got 4 categories: sports, professional wrestling, combat, and miscellaneous. Yes, those are the 4 categories. We're going to go down all the nominees. We're going to tell you who won. Obviously, this is an award show. I got a nice button-up suit, button-up shirt on. My best looking today. And then we're going to do a Lifetime Brat Achievement Award going out to somebody who was very close to the Brat Said That family and has decided to call it quits in their legendary career. We're going to go over them a little bit later. Then we're going to look into a little in memorial section. Let's talk about the legends who passed away, great actors, or, But before I get that, 2025 was a pretty dang good year for me. Babe moved in. We got to spend every day together with her. We got Rolly. Comedy is booming, doing shows. We went to Arizona this year and did a show. 2026, we're going to do much more shows in comedy. And I am just excited for it. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're going to go with our first category, the sports section. And the first nomination or award for Coach of the Year. Now, the nominees are Paul Maurice, Florida Panthers, NHL. Dave Roberts, Los Angeles Dodgers. Mark Daigneault, Oklahoma City Thunder. Andy Reid, Kansas City Chiefs. And Dawn Staley, the South Carolina Women's National Championship College. And the winner is... Oh, we need drum rolls. Hold on. I need to get it. We need to get drum rolls, please. Drum rolls. Let's go. All right. Ready? A drum roll. No. Shut up. Ready? Where's the drum roll? Where's the drum rolls? Come on, man. What is this? Hold on. Look at this. This is... Do you think 2026 I would be more productive? But no. Drum rolls. Ready? And the drum roll is... Paul Maurice for the Florida Panthers with 41% of the votes. He earned the Coach of the Year for leading Florida to a dominant, disciplined season defined by defensive structure, deft coordination, and playoff composure. His ability to manage stars, maximize role players, and keep the team consistent in high-pressure moments set him apart from the field. He won it with 41% of the vote, then Dave Roberts at 24%, and Mark Daigneault at 16%. So congrats to Paul Maurice, winning the first ever Brat Said That Coach of the Year. All right. Hopefully, I was surprised. I thought Dave Roberts was going to win, taking the Dodgers back-to-back World Series, but I digress. Next, we have Woman Athlete of the Year. Now, the nominees are Caitlin Clark for the WNBA, Aja Wilson from the WNBA, Paige Buckert from the Women's National Collegiate Athletics, Simone Biles from the Olympics, and Coco Gauff from tennis. And in honor of Jerry, the Women's Athlete of the Year award is Caitlin Clark. That is right. Caitlin Clark has been dominant all year. Clark earned the Women's Athlete of the Year for her record-breaking scoring, instant impact at the professional level, and unprecedented culture influence on the sport. Her combination of elite on-court production, leadership, and ability to elevate interest in women's basketball made her the standout athlete of the year. That is the Women's Athlete of the Year. Congrats to her, Caitlin Clark. Dominant. She was hurt the ender for the season. Could have brought the Indiana Fever to the WNBA Finals, but hey, Las Vegas Aces won it once again. So I'm not too sad. Awesome for Caitlin Clark. Much dominated win for her. Okay. Next we have Game of the Year. Now, I think this is pretty much a no contest. This is pretty much already won. But I gotta go over it. The nominees are Ohio State Buckeyes versus Notre Dame Fighting Irish, January 20th, 2025. By the way, go Miami defeating Ohio State. Florida Gators versus the Houston Cougars, April 7th, 2025. The Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks, May 21st, 2025. Edmonton Oilers versus the Florida Panthers, Game 4 of the Stanley Cup, June 12th, 2025. But let's be honest, there's no need to just go over this. The winner is Game 7 of the World Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. They won with 45% of the vote. A dramatic back-and-forth World Series finale that featured clutch pitching, late-inning heroics, and a championship-defining finish, instantly cementing itself as one of the most memorable Game 7s of modern history. So, that is no surprise that won the first ever Brat Said That Game of the Year. Isaiah Falefa, my guy, my dude, was this close from taking Toronto Blue Jays to a World Series victory. But anything is happening in sports, and that's a moment that's going to live on forever. Edmonton Oilers versus Florida Panthers came in second, 21%, and the Indiana Pacers versus New York Knicks, 15%. So the Dodgers already won one, and we're going to go to Men's Athlete of the Year. The nominees for Men's Athlete of the Year are Shohei Ohtani, MLB Los Angeles Dodgers, the current NL MVP. Max Verstappen, F1. Now, we don't talk much about F1 on the show, but Max Verstappen is dominant in that field, in that sport. Josh Allen, NFL. Now, I want to say this. Now, we still got 1 week left of football. Week 18 is in a few days. I think the Bills are going to win it. I think Josh Allen is going to get the Super Bowl. Take the Bills. Don't know who they're going to face. We're not talking about that just yet. But I think Josh Allen is going to take the Bills to the Super Bowl. Then we got Connor McDavid, the future, the current NHL, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for the MLB, NBA. I don't know. He's that much of an athlete. He can do any sport he wants. And the winner of the first ever Brat Said That Men's Athlete of the Year is Shohei Ohtani. Yes, legendary performance. Legendary performance in the World Series. Won it with 48% of the vote. Ohtani earned Men's Athlete of the Year for his unprecedented two-way dominance, elite production as both a hitter and a pitcher, clutch postseason performances, and his global impact on the sport. His historic season redefined what a single athlete can achieve at the highest level. And yes, it is true. He was and is probably the most dominant player of our generation. Already with the Los Angeles Dodgers, back-to-back World Series champions, back-to-back MVP. Already pretty much cemented himself into the Hall of Fame. That's how good he is. So, Shohei Ohtani, congrats. You are the Men's Athlete of the Year. Now, Max Verstappen got 21%. Josh Allen with 13%. Now, for the big one. Team of the Year. Okay? Nominees are the Florida Panthers, National Hockey League, the Oklahoma City Thunder, NBA, the Philadelphia Eagles, NFL, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Major League Baseball, thank you, babe, and the Las Vegas Aces. And as we know, the big one, Team of the Year, is sponsored by Coke Zero. Crack one open for the Team of the Year. There's no debate. It is the back-to-back World Series champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers were named Team of the Year because they combined historic achievements, repeat World Series champions, stellar regular season performance, postseason dominance, individual awards, and franchise milestones, making them arguably the most outstanding MLB team in 2025. Congrats to the Dodgers. They won it with 46% of the votes. Florida Panthers got 22%, and the Oklahoma City Thunder got 15%. But who knows? I think the Thunder, if they repeat, will win next year's awards. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is the sports section of the first ever Brat Said That Awards. So, to recap, the Team of the Year, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Men's Athlete of the Year, Shohei Ohtani. Women's Athlete of the Year, Caitlin Clark. Coach of the Year, Paul Maurice. And the Game of the Year, Los Angeles Dodgers versus Toronto Blue Jays Game 7. Very heavy Dodger influence of the sports category, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. So, what can I say? Oh my God, that's delicious. But that is the sports section of the show. Now we're going to move on to something near and dear to my heart. Now, if Jerry wants to come back and watch this section, the professional wrestling section of the show. Now, this one we have. The categories are Men's Wrestler of the Year, Women's Wrestler of the Year, Match of the Year, Show of the Year, and Promotion of the Year. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with the ladies first. The Women's Wrestler of the Year nominees are Io Sky, WWE, Rhea Ripley, WWE, Tiffany Stratton, WWE, Mercedes Moné, AEW, and Toni Storm, AEW. And the winner for the first ever Brat Said That Women's Wrestler of the Year goes to Timeless Toni Storm. AEW gets the win for the women. Storm earns Women's Wrestler of the Year for her standout championship run, captivating character work, and consistently strong big match performances. Her blend of in-ring excellence and star presence made her one of the most influential and entertaining performers of the year. Timeless Toni Storm. Now, I've seen other award shows. She's won it across the board. She's done great things. Rhea Ripley comes in number 2, 24% of the vote. Mercedes Moné, AEW, 15%. But Toni takes it with 43% of the votes. Wow. And then you got Io and Tiffany, 10 and 8% respectfully. Wow. Toni Storm definitely deserves that. But who am I to say who deserves what? But she definitely won that. So Toni Storm, congratulations. You are the Women's Wrestler of the Year in the Brat Said That world. Now, let's move on. Let's move on to Event of the Year. The nominees are the Elimination Chamber, WWE, the 92nd Anniversary Show, CMLL, King of Pro Wrestling 2025, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Death Before Dishonor, Ring of Honor, and All in Texas, AEW. And the winner of Show of the Year is AEW wins once again, All in Texas. All in Texas, 46% of the vote. It delivered a massive stadium scale show packed with marquee matches, emotional storytelling, and a widely engaged crowd, cementing it as the year's most ambitious and memorable live wrestling spectacular. Now, I was kind of a little bit like, what do I do? WWE, did it have the best year? We don't know. We got to see Promotion of the Year. That's coming up next. But AEW All in Texas took it away. Let's look. I just want to see the card. We can go over the card real quick for the July 12th, Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Field. 21,000 people. It got main evented with Hangman Adam Page defeating Mox in a Texas death match for the AEW World Championship. Okada versus Omega. Timeless Storm versus Mercedes Moné. Her Syndicate. Athena won an AEW Women's World Gauntlet match. Strickland and Ospreay defeated the Young Bucks. MJF versus Roderick Strong. What a win for them. So AEW is 2 for 2 in the Brat Said That Awards. 6 months ago, I don't think I would have won it. But with 46% of the vote, AEW All in Texas wins. Then WWE Elimination Chamber with 22%. And CMLL 92nd Anniversary Show with 14%. So, AEW All in Texas, congratulations. Next, we'll do promotion of the year. Now, if you're noticing a theme, I've done 5 nominees. But promotion of the year, I had to put out there. Okay? Promotion of the year, I had to say, hey, you tell me, guys. So, the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 promotions are AEW, TNA, WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, AAA, CMLL, GCW, and NXT. And the winner, with 49% of the vote, is the streak is over with 49%. WWE is the promotion of the year. It owned the promotion of the year for its strong year of storytelling, mainstream momentum, major stadium events, and consistent marquee moments across Raw, SmackDown, and premium live events, solidifying its status as the industry's top brand. Now, 49% of the vote. That's almost halfway. AEW, 18%. TNA, 11%. NXT, 8%. And McGrady, where are you? GCW only got 1% of the vote. Listen, it might have been a rough year for the WWE, fan-wise, but the Brat said that, the Brat Pack voted, and they said 49%. So, that is promotion of the year. Next up, something that I worked hard on. I worked hard because I wanted to give I wanted to give everybody a fair shot. You know? Just because maybe I haven't seen it, or it's not in one of the top promotions, doesn't mean it shouldn't be nominated. But match of the year is next, and the nominees are Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WWE Elimination Chamber. Hold on, I gotta check something out before. I haven't checked it out because I had to do my buddy, the co-producer Chad LGBT. Go over the cards and make sure. I just want to make sure this actually happened in 2025 because I haven't even checked it out. Let's see. No, see, that's stupid. That's why I knew something was wrong. Because that match didn't even happen in 2020. Oh, wait, no, that's 2023. Hold on a second. See, this is why it's live, baby. Elimination Chamber 2025. Okay, yes. He did win. Okay, so, Kevin Owens. We're going to edit that part out. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. WWE Elimination Chamber. Bianca Belair versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley, WWE WrestleMania Night 2. Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay for AEW Double or Nothing. Bandito versus Konosuke Takeshita, Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, WWE SummerSlam Night 2. And Mystico versus MJF at CMLL 92nd Anniversary Show. And the winner for Match of the Year goes to ladies and gentlemen, 42%, the women. The women take Match of the Year. Historic, never done before. We've never had a women's match win Match of the Year on Brat Said That Awards, because this is the first time we've ever done it. But the women set the bar, a blockbuster triple threat that blended athletic storytelling, high drama, and championship stakes, highlighted by signature moments from all 3 competitors and a finish worthy of the grandest stage. 42%. Then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at 20%. Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay at 15%. So, there you go. It was a great match. Night 2, I was there for night 1. I didn't get to see that in person. But, oh, that's so good. That is so good. But, now, men's wrestler of the year. The big one, folks. Just as big as the women's, too. Men's wrestler of the year, we have John Cena from the WWE. Cody Rhodes from the WWE. Will Ospreay from AEW. Joe Hendry from TNA. And Matt Cardona, independent wrestler of the year. So, the wrestler of the year goes to none other than that's right, 17 never seen. John Cena wins it. And I don't want to get copyright, but that is the winner. Let's be honest, it was John Cena's year. The retirement tour, no matter how good, how bad, how poorly booked, it was his year. He might have tapped out but he won it with 47% of the vote. Cena earns Men's Wrestler of the Year for his emotional. No matter if you hated it, loved it, or what, it was emotional. Marquee matches and enduring star power. His farewell storyline, high-profile performances, and connections with fans turned every appearance into a major event, marking his year for historic and culturally significant within wrestling. So, John Cena, we can't see you, but the Brat said that family did, and we gave you 47%, Cody Rhodes at 22%, and Will Ospreay with 15%. So, AEW took Women's Wrestler of the Year and Event of the Year. WWE took Promotion, Match, and John Cena took Men's Wrestler of the Year. So, congratulations to them. Now, moving on. What do you guys think? Did I miss anybody? Was there a team or a coach or a wrestler or a show or a match that I forgot to add? Maybe some honorable mentions. You know, we can do some honorable mentions of Men's Wrestler of the Year. Let's see what are some honorable mentions of Wrestler of the Year. Speaking about somebody who's coming back at Snow Brawl this month, Bam Bam Browning is coming back. He's going to win the whole thing. Put your money on him. But, so apparently, my co-producer, Chadler GBT, doesn't want to do Men's Wrestler of the Year. But those were the sports section. That was the pro wrestling section. But next, we're going to the combat section. Yes. I love MMA, boxing, UFC, even though that's MMA, just as much as I love wrestling. So, we do need to start off with, we started with the women in pro wrestling. We're going to start off with the Men's Fighter of the Year. And the nominees are, you better win, Bam Bam. Okay? I know I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember when you were in SWA, you were dominant. So, you could throw these kids out in the ring. There he is. Alex, my buddy. Welcome to the Brat Said That Year-End Awards. Alex, if you haven't seen it, let me go over the wrestling section. The Men's Wrestler of the Year, John Cena. Women's Wrestler of the Year, Toni Storm. Match of the Year, Bianca Belair versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Event of the Year, AEW All in Texas. And Promotion of the Year, WWE. Best Heel of the Year. Now, worst heel of the year, John Cena. But Those were, did I miss anything? Was something, give me some honorable mentions. We got a lot of wrestling fans in here. So I want to know, did I miss a match or what? Because, you know, you guys watch a lot more wrestling than I do. I watch my best. You know, AEW won Event of the Year and Women's Wrestler of the Year. So, I was surprised. Very surprised by those votes. Who did John Cena ever beat? Not you. And listen, John Cena, you can tell this. John Cena will never beat you. Because John Cena is retired. But we're going to start with the Combat Men's Fighter of the Year. Our nominees for Men's Fighter of the Year are Ilia Topuria, Alex Pereira, Islam Makhachev, Merab Dvalishvili, and Joshua Vaughn. And the winner for Men's Fighter of the Year, the Machine, Merab Dvalishvili. I'm saying his name wrong, but he is a machine. He defended the UFC Bantamweight Championship 3 times in a single year. He might have lost his last fight in December, just a few weeks ago, against the now current UFC Bantamweight Champion, Jan. But you can't defend your title 3 times and not be the Fighter of the Year. Merab won it with 42% of the vote. Ilia Topuria with 24%, and Alex Pereira with 15%. Alex, if you like Charles Oliveira, he is fighting soon. He is fighting Max Holloway in a rematch. That fight is gonna be insane. But Merab earns top honors for his relentless pace, dominant victories over elite contenders, and championship-level consistency. His grinding, high-volume style and ability to neutralize opponents across 5-round fights made his year one of the most impressive in modern MMA. So, even though he might have lost his last fight, there's no way you can say that he's not the Fighter of the Year. Okay? I understand. Now, I was really thinking that Islam was going to take it. But Islam only fought twice. You know, once in January where he defended the UFC Lightweight Championship against Renato Moicano. And then a dominant win when he goes to the welterweight. He becomes a welterweight champion. But I got to give it to Merab. You know, yes, a loss does hurt, but 3 title championship defenses is just insane. It's just insane. Now, we're going to move on to the Knockout of the Year. And let me tell you something, folks. I had to do a little edit because I don't like when things are like, you know, vote now for your, you know, of the year in November. Because you never know, December might bring some good fights or good knockouts and submissions. So I had to kick a knockout out and add this one in. But, Alex, like you were saying, well, let me tell you something. Johnny Malloy, I've known Johnny Malloy over 20 years, okay? If he's going to put his career on the line, then you know that he is determined to beat anything in his way. Because I've been in there with him many times. And I've seen what he can do when he is focused, driven, and when he's pissed off. And FAFO, you pissed him off. And you pissed off a lot of people. Even me. And if I wasn't 3,000 miles away, I would be at Deer Park on January 16th. And I would throw you over the top rope. I would throw Ox over the top rope. I would throw pancakes over the top rope. I would yeet Cash 6 rows in the back. And then I would get my hands on Christopher Rowan. The man who ended my career. Our story's not finished. I still have a story to finish. But I gotta finish this award. Because the Knockout of the Year, Alex, you're not gonna like this, but Ilia Topuria KO over Charles Oliveira. Rene DeRitter's knockout over Bo Nickel. Diego Lopez's knockout over Gene Silva. Lerone Murphy's knockout over Aaron Pico. But, guys, I'll be honest. The knockout of the year, we all saw it just a few weeks ago. Anthony Joshua's knockout over Jake Paul. It's gotta win. 52% of the votes, guys. A shocking high-profile knockout that delivered a dramatic finish on a massive crossover stage. Joshua's composure, timing, and fight-ending power created one of the most talked-about moments of the year, instantly going viral and cementing the bout's cultural impact. So yeah, I had another knockout of the year nominee there, but after seeing Joshua KO Logan Paul, I had to put that in. And with 52% of the vote, the most percent of a winner so far, Anthony Joshua knocks out Jake Paul. Let me tell you something. I might last 2 minutes. My favorite KO is when Giorgio Lawrence knocked him out. Well, let me tell you something about Giorgio Lawrence. That kid is the future. That kid has the look, the talent, the ability to go anywhere he wants. He's young. He's hungry. He's a stud. So yes, I might have got knocked out by Giorgio Lawrence. I might have forgot a little bit of trigonometry in my head. But I got knocked out by the future. So I don't mind losing. You know. Speaking about people that don't lose, we got to talk about the Women's Fighter of the Year. Like I said, I'm an equal opportunist. Men, women, fighters, no matter what, I respect all genders. The Women's Fighter of the Year nominees: Kayla Harrison, Valentina Shevchenko, Clarissa Shields, Mackenzie Dern, and Katie Taylor. And the winner for Women's Fighter of the Year, it's a no-brainer. The Bullet, Valentina Shevchenko, with 40% of the vote. Shevchenko earned top honors for her veteran dominance, high-level technical skills, and decisive performances in major bouts. Her ability to adapt, control pace, and outclass elite opponents across multiple disciplines made her year stand out above the rest. So Valentina, 40% of the vote. Kayla Harrison, 25%. Clarissa Shields with 15%. So, yeah, it was a dominant, once again, win for the greatest women's flyweight champion of all time. What hat am I wearing? Now, that is, I should have my hat of the year. It's just a little RVCA, RVCA, really very creatively awesome. I don't know. No, you lost your career to the future and Christopher Roan. Well, let me tell you something. Next time I come back to New York, Christopher Roan's future ain't gonna last long. But anyway, Valentina, the Bullet, Shevchenko. By the way, I got a new laptop, Alex. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. Once again, the Women's Fighter of the Year. She won, let's see what she did this year. She's done so much, like her, alright, she won against Manon Farrow in May, and then won against Zhang Weili in a super fight in November. So, Valentina definitely wins the Women's Fighter of the Year once again. Now, Alex, something close and dear to my heart. Submission of the year. As you know, I dabbled in jiu-jitsu. I love jiu-jitsu. I might go back to 2026. Go back to jiu-jitsu. Financially, I'm doing a little bit better now. So I might be able to. But, submission of the year. Alexandra Pantoja. Wow, Pantoja. Not even close to what his last name is. Alexandra Pantoja. Subbing Kai Kara France. The Machine Marab. Subbing Sugar Sean O'Malley. Kayla Harrison submitting Juliana Pena. Sean Brady subbing Leon Edwards. But the winner is the fight nerd Gene Silva with a ninja choke over Bryce Mitchell. Ninja chokes, if you don't know what a ninja choke, it is high level jiu-jitsu. And let's just listen to it. Let's just listen.
This is how Gene Silva put Bryce Mitchell to sleep. Silva lands strikes that force Mitchell to shoot for a single leg. Now Silva is backed up against the cage. As Mitchell tries to switch to a double leg, watch how Silva uses his right hand to lift Mitchell's head, which allows him to sneak his left hand in to trap the neck. He then uses his chin and neck to block the...
Now, Alex, you just made a great point. You just made a great point. That could be submission of the year. But I already said it. Gene Silva subbing. Excuse me. But that is a heck of a submission of the year. A honorable mention, Alex, to that submission of the year. But it's got to go to Gene Silva. Silva secured submission of the year with a slick, perfectly timed finish that flipped the momentum of the fight in an instant. His creativity, precision, and composure under pressure turned the tap out into one of the year's most replayed highlights. 41%. Brady over Edwards, 23%. And Harrison over Pena, 15%. But hey, Gunter tapping out Cena. Hey, I was there too. I was there too. What do you think of the Usos becoming a 9-time World Tag Team Champion? But we will talk about all that on the next edition of Brat Said That, episode 26. We're going to talk about all the week in wrestling and get back on track. This is just like an award show, little fun thing, not part of the Brat Said That, lineage, And don't talk about Stranger Things. I haven't seen it yet. I just finished the first, 5th episode, so don't say anything. But I do want to talk about fight of the year, guys, girls. The nominees, fight of the year was crazy all through UFC. Bellator, PFL, even Dana White's Contender Series, Adrian Luna Martinetti versus Mark Volgnin. Dana White's Contender Series is nominated for a fight of the year. Usman Nurmagomedov versus Phil Hughes, PFL. Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier, 3. Diego Lopez versus Gene Silva. But this fight of the year, all throughout the board, I think every show platform I watched gave this fight of the year. Alex, if you've never watched UFC before, go watch this fight because Joshua Vaughn versus Brandon Royval, fight of the year across all boards. Every podcast I watch, every YouTube clip, fight of the year. So, they won it again on the Brat Said That. 44% of the vote. A non-stop high-paced war packed with momentum swings, wild striking exchanges, and late fight drama. Both fighters showcased heart, creativity, and durability, producing a crowd-erupting classic that instantly earned Fight of the Year status. So guys, girls, that was the combat section. To recap, the Machine Marab, Fighter of the Year. Valentina Shevchenko, 40% Women's Fighter of the Year. Anthony Joshua with his KO over Jake Paul. Gene Silva submitting Bryce Mitchell. And Joshua Vaughn versus Brandon Royval. Honorable mention, Alex. Gunther submitting John Cena. But Alex, this is a fun category for you because I know you don't know too much about combat. You know about a lot wrestling, but you know a lot about movies, TV shows. Brat just shit himself. I did not. I did before the show, so I am very empty. But Alex, if you've not seen, I'm doing movies of the year. We're in the miscellaneous category. We're doing the miscellaneous category. I know you watch a lot of movies, but the nominees for BratSaidThatX Movie of the Year: One Battle After Another, 28 Years Later, Thunderbolts, Superman, and Sinners. Now, Alex, I want you to present the award for Movie of the Year out of those 5. Let's see if you got the... Let's see. I want to see if you can tell who's going to win. With A. Let's see. With a overall... Wait, where'd it go? Oh, I didn't even do it. But, ladies and gentlemen, Sinners is the movie of the year. Yes, Sinners took over Superman, One Battle After Another, Thunderbolts, and 28 Years Later. Alex, you are correct. Movie of the year. Great movie. Michael B. Jordan. Just classic. Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, so, I thought Superman, not much movies kind of, took me away this year. K-pop Demon Hunters, I hear really good things about. I did. I don't know too much. I didn't nominate it because I don't know too much, but I did hear a lot of good things about that. So, yes, that is an honorable mention, Alex. Now, Alex, I know you like to watch TV. So, the television show of the year, we have Andor, Disney Plus, The Bear, FX, Fallout, Amazon Prime, Stranger Things, Netflix, and The Pit, HBO Max. By the way, The Pit is coming back next week. But, honorable mentions, Last of Us, or Welcome to Derry. But the winner of BratSaidThatX television show of the year goes to The Bear. Jeremy Allen White does it again. Claims television show of the year for its emotionally charged storytelling, standout performances, and raw, authentic description of ambition, grief, and found family under pressure. Its blend of cinematic style, character depth, and cultural impact made it the most talked about series of the year. So The Bear wins again. We have a bullshit from Alex. He is not happy about it. But hey, I gave you Sinners. Well, Sinners won anyway. But it's Last of Us. Yeah, the only thing about Last of Us, a lot of people are upset about the casting of the, what's her name? By the way, I just, speaking about that, I just downloaded Hogwarts Legacy. I know it's been out for 3 years already, but it was $10, so I had to buy it. Now, Alex, we're going to go with something close to me. Now, I'm not nominated for this category, but it is Comedian of the Year. And, I couldn't nominate you. I've seen you in FAFO, and that's very funny. But the nominees for Comedian of the Year: Andrew Schultz, Matt Rife, Sebastian Maniscalco, Bill Burr, and Mark Maron. But the winner is going to Andrew Schultz with 48% of the vote. Johnny Lambros, I would love... Listen, there is... when I go to New York, hopefully it's during, an SWA show, and I can do a show with Lambros. But Andrew Schultz earned Comedian of the Year for his sharp crowd work, fearless stand-up style, and massively successful touring run. His blend of improvisation, cultural commentary, and viral moments kept him at the center of the comedy conversation all year. Now, Matt Rife got 22% of the vote, and Sebastian Maniscalco got 13% of the vote. Now, I'm going to name this for you, Alex, the John Lambros Comedian of the Year Award. Okay, Alex. Now, since this is a podcast show, whatever this is, of course I had to do Podcast of the Year. The nominees of Podcast of the Year are The Joe Rogan Experience with Joe Rogan. This past weekend, Theo Vaughn, Kill Tony, Tony Hinchcliffe, New Heights, Jason and Travis Kelce, and Click This with Kevin Nash. The winner of the Podcast of the Year is Kill Tony, Tony Hinchcliffe. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. They were in Vegas earlier this year. I signed up. Now, we're going to talk about politics in here, Alex, but hats off to you, okay? But Kill Tony earns Podcast of the Year for its unique live show format, unpredictable comedy, and constant stream of viral moments. The blend of stand-up chaos, guest comedians, and crowd-driven energy made it one of the most entertaining and talked about shows of the year. With 45% of the vote, Joe Rogan came at 23 and Theo Vaughn at 15. So that is the miscellaneous section, but we have one more miscellaneous section. Now, if you watch the show, every week I give out the Bratwurst of the week. The worst thing to happen in pop culture, sports, professional wrestling. I think I have a whole list of all the winners or losers or whatever you want to call it. So I started doing this. Oh, actor and actresses. I should do that. Okay, Alex. Who are the actor and actresses of the year? Let's see. Best actor and actresses of 2025. Let's get 5 each. Now I'm asking my producer, co-producer Child LGBT, and he's saying best actor and actresses: Cillian Murphy, Paul Mescal, Austin Butler, Coleman Domingo, and Barry Cogan. And then best actresses of the year: Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone, Margot Robbie, Zendaya, and Carey Mulligan. So, I don't know. I haven't watched too many movies this year. I watched a lot of movies, but oh, no. We are not, she is not nominated for this show. Okay? But, Alex, ever since I've been doing this in September, I've given a Brat Said That award for the week. The New York Jets have won it. A whole UFC fight have won it. Brock Lesnar, Dana White, Dave Portnoy, Jack Doherty. But the Brat Said That year-end award, the Bratwurst of the year, has to be, now I don't know how you are, but this is personal, it's 100%, 1,000%. The Los Angeles Lakers trading for Luka Doncic away from my Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks traded the franchise in Luka Doncic in February. It is January, and I'm still salty about it. It won 100%. 100%. Luka Doncic being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers shocked the sports world and instantly became the headline story of the year. The move reshaped the NBA landscape overnight, pairing one of the league's most gifted superstars with one of its iconic franchises. The trade sparked massive debate, blockbuster expectations, and non-stop media buzz. making it the most talked about, surreal, and conversation-dominating sports moment of the year. Oh, okay. So, I'm funny you said that Alex bullshit Jets trading Sauce to the Colts. They traded him to the Colts for a Bratwurst of the Week, the first ever Bratwurst of the Week winner for Adonai Mitchell. So that's ironic and hilarious. But yes, that is the Bratwurst Awards. That is the Brat Said That Awards. We got 2 more little sections to go to. I want to give a lifetime Brat Achievement Award for the first ever Brat Achievement Award to somebody who retired this year, who I met once, a very nice guy. The Bratwurst, the Brat Best, kind of a Brat Best. We had Bratwurst, now we have the Brat Best. Brat Achievement Award goes to the Diamond Dustin Poirier, who retired this year after a legendary career in the UFC. His MMA record, 30 wins, 10 losses, and 1 no contest. He fought for the UFC Lightweight Championship many times. Performance of the night, interim UFC Lightweight Champion. Met him once, great guy. Dustin Poirier receives a Lifetime Brat Achievement Award in recognition of a career defined by heart, resilience, and authentically inside and outside the cage. Rising from humble beginnings in Lafayette, Louisiana, Poirier built his legacy the hard way. Through grit, reinnovation, and a relentless drive to evolve as a fighter and as a person. Over the years, he delivered some of the greatest wars in modern MMA history, earning unforgettable victories over elite opponents and capturing the interim UFC Lightweight Championship along the way. Beyond the wins, Poirier became a symbol of perseverance and class, a fighter who carried himself with humility, deep respect for his opponents, and unwavering dedication to his craft. His charitable work through the Good Fight Foundation, his role as a mentor and family man, and his refusal to quit during the toughest moments cemented him as one of the sport's most admired figures. Dustin Poirier's legacy is bigger than titles. It is one of courage, character, and fighting spirit that inspired fans and fighters across generations. So that is, ladies and gentlemen, to cap off the Brat Said That Awards. But there is one thing we need to do to look back is we need to pay tribute. Need to pay tribute to some of the people we lost this year. A little in memoriam. I don't have a list per se. If I miss anybody, just tell me. I know the big ones: Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, Rob Reiner. I will get your poster in a little bit. But we did lose a lot of great people this year. I wish Michelle Trachtenberg, Gene Hackman, so many. Sly Stone, Brian Wilson, Malcolm Jamal Warner. He's not on my list. He'll never be on my list. Ozzy, like I said. Val Kilmer, we lost Batman, Robert Redford, Diane Keaton. So many. Rob Reiner just hurts me the most. Hulk Hogan, too. I know I forgot a bunch. 2025, we lost a lot of stars, unfortunately. But, hey, we remember them. We keep going in their honor. From the wrestling ring to the movie screen to the field to our hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an hour of Brat Said That 2025 Year in Awards. So guys, we'll be back Sunday for episode 26. We talk about everything that happened in the world of wrestling and sports. Next few days, tomorrow night, your boy, Brat, he's gonna do a roast battle. That's right. I think I have it right here. I have the poster right here. Roastomania Redemption. Your boy Brat Jackson's taking on Orlando Joshua. Wise Guys. 8:30. $25. Calm down, Wise Guys. The time, or Town Square Edition, might be my last roast battle I ever do, or it might be the start of a 2026 roast battle to a championship. But guys, thank you all. I'm gonna go home. Well, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna finish Stranger Things. I know, Jabroni. I will get you the poster. Yeah, I gotta wait for. I'll message you after. But hey, guys, that is it. Thank you for coming to the first ever Brat Said That Year-End Awards. I'm your host, Brat Jackson. Here is to a 2026 full of sports, wrestling, fights, movies. Alex, I hope to see you again this year. Good luck on the 16th. Not good luck that much, but hey guys, I love you. And remember, love yourself, love each other, and love sports. Good night.